So I woke up to this morning in our pool. We've been having ducks hang out in the pool for quite a while now, and there's always been two, so I guess it's probably mum and dad. And there's been a lot of rustling going on behind here, and we thought maybe, we did see a lizard in there once, so we thought maybe it was like a big lizard or something. But now I'm half thinking that it was a nest, because all these little babies have just come out and they're in the pool now. So trying to work out what to do with them. Apparently, when we called Wildlife Australia, they said you just have to sort of make a thoroughfare for them, and mum will walk them to the nearest waterhole, which is only about 2 to 3 blocks down the road. We're in a country town, so the roads aren't too crazy busy. But I just don't know how we're going to get them out, because we've also got 2 cats, and it's a bit of a walking distance for them to try and get to the front of the house.
Good afternoon, YouTube. I am back in the bus. I'm just going to finish tickling up this guy, getting that silicone off with some wire brushes or whatever I come up with. And then I'm going to give it a coat of paint, probably seal up these little holes from the seats, and start putting in this flooring. But I've got to get all this silicone off, which is, you know, pretty tough stuff. And I want a quick way to do it. So I'm probably going to use one of these things. I don't know which one's going to work best. Sure. At the moment, I've got some 120 grit, 80 grit, and 40 grit flat disc. So I grabbed those guys. I've got some fresh grinding disc, and we've got this little brush as well. And I've got this guy because he looks really handy for getting into tight nooks and crannies, which is pretty much everything in a bus. So hopefully once this is all off, I'll know which ones worked best, and I'll let you know which ones worked best. And then we can go from there in getting it ready for fresh flooring. All right, bear with me.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Fail big. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
All right, so I've grinded it up, and I will show you which ones worked best. The 40 grit flat disc. That worked really great at getting the silicone off. It also worked great at polishing up the metal if I didn't grind it very well. It did chew through the disc pretty badly, but you know, I got 2 discs, so I'm happy about that. I polished up the little clips on the end, and I left those metal bits on the end because I thought, look, I'm after structural integrity. So rather than weakening it, even if it's only by a mil or so when I'm grinding it off, I may as well just leave it. There's no point in taking it off, it's getting covered. This is all structural, so you don't need to make it look pretty.
It's not really lying, it's just jumping the gun a little.
I wound up coating the whole thing because I didn't know if I was going to nick. If I missed a spot, it's very hard to see if you've actually cut into the tin or not. So I just sprayed the whole thing as rough as I could because it's getting covered and it doesn't really matter. Just as long as it's got a nice thick coat on it. I might give it another hit again. That's the first coat. It does say you only need 1 coat on that Dulux because Dulux is the bomb. Anyway, yeah, this will be next thing that I'll be doing. In the next video we'll be back blocking this, and I'll run you through that process of putting in that flooring again. And hopefully you've scored a Rosa bus that only has this step and that one at the front, because it wasn't easy. Yeah, so anyway, we'll touch base once I've got the flooring in. I'll show you this little back blocking trick that I'm going to do here. And you might be able to do the same thing if your bus runs the whole way. You might be able to, but it might be a little bit too unstable. Maybe if you bracketed all the way through, you could do that. But I'm just going to put a piece in here and it should be 100% fine. I'll see you next time.
Top of that beam.
Duck eggs are really good for you.
Maybe the top of that beam now.
Ugh, pulls a bit manky. All this for you, mate. You. Ducks are safe.
Ducks are safe. They've got an exit.
Ducks are safe, Jan.
Go away.
Done.
Done. Now you can enjoy your coffee.
Yay.
Finally.